everybody. We are going to do a sequence that was created by Stacy DeGrasse through the Yoga Hour program in Tucson. My name is Shayna. I hope that you're going to like this sequence. I have an interval timer that will go off every 30 seconds for us to then change to the next pose. So it should give you enough time to kind of settle in to each pose. We're going to start today in downward facing dog. So spread your fingers wide, feel your whole palm on the mat, lift your hips. You can start by walking your dog, bending one knee, pressing opposite heel into the mat, pressing the mounds of the pointer fingers down into the mat, reaching your hips high, melting the heart down, breathing. Sometimes swaying the hips is nice. Coming forward into plank pose, get your shoulders over your wrists or even over your knuckles. Puff up between your shoulder blades, strong legs, zip up the belly, and then try to lift the back of your head so your neck is long. We're going to do some push-ups. I like to drop my knees and lift my feet and take my hands wide. You can do chaturanga push-ups if you like. Whatever type of push-up works for you. Try to move as one piece as you lower down all the way to your belly. Let's take locust pose. I'm going to press the front of my pelvis down, lift my legs, reach my arms back, hovering arms and legs and chest up from the floor, squeezing my glutes. But by pushing my pelvis down, I still have a little tone in my belly. And go through chaturanga to down dog. So push up and lift your hips high. Spreading the fingers. I like to think about wrapping my shoulder blades around, so spinning the eyes of the elbows up, clearing some room between my shoulders and my neck. Lifting the sits bones high. Start to walk your feet up to the top of your mat. We're going to come to standing, palms forward. Feel all four corners of your feet. Reach your tailbone down between your heels and zip up your low belly, just a little bit of tone. Roll your shoulders back and down, stack your head right over your hips. Really strong stance. Step the left foot back, hands on the hips. Try to pull that left hip forward, right hip back. Sink into the knee. Squeeze the shoulder blades together on the back. Press that back leg straight. And let's step forward to switch, right foot back. Right hip comes forward, left hip draws back, bend into the front knee, Straighten the back leg, pinch the shoulder blades together. We got another round of push-ups. So I'm gonna step back, drop my knees, and start. So I'm trying to keep my head to my knees locked as one piece that's not hinging at my hips, so that my arms are moving, but everything else is just like a plank of wood going along for the ride. Okay, we're gonna step the right foot forward to a lunge, and we're gonna have the right arm snuggled right alongside that knee and that shin, and reach the chest forward. Press out through the back heel. And let's switch. Left foot forward, right foot back. I'm gonna snuggle my left arm against my left knee and reach my chest forward. Press out through the back heel. And step forward, ragdoll pose. Keep the knees soft. Grab opposite elbows, hang, sway perhaps. Bring the feet together, big toes touch. Come on up, interlace your fingers. Press the palms forward, reach the arms up. Shoulders alongside the ears. Press into all four corners of the feet. Draw your tailbone down so it's like reaching between your heels. Zip up your low belly. Pull the ribs down so they don't stick out. And then pull your head back between your hands. Try to reach the pinky fingers back and swan dive. You can separate the feet if you want. You can grab opposite elbows again. Plank pose. Step back, make it strong. Stack shoulders over wrists or knuckles. Puff up between the shoulder blades. Don't let your hips get too high. Keep yourself all in one line. And then I always have to remember not to drop my head down, but to try to keep my head in the same line with my whole spine. Strong legs. And lower down to your belly. We're going to do crocodile pose. So you're going to interlace your fingers behind your head. Press your pelvis down. Squeeze your butt. Lift your legs and lift your upper arms. You might not go very high. That's okay. This is a real strengthening move. So don't expect it to be easy, but get stronger and longer. Come up through chaturanga to down dog like a push-up. And down dog. Breathe, spread the palms. Maybe try pushing your feet slightly so that it's as if you're trying to tear the mat apart. It's like my heels get a little wider and I can feel that stretch in my hips. Step the right foot forward. Come on up for another crescent, this time arms up. Hips square, so left hip forward, right hip back. Sink. straight back leg. Let's go through down dog to switch. So I'll step right foot back, left foot forward, crescent, right hip forward, deepen the left knee, straighten the back leg, reach. Let's take a vinyasa. So we'll step back plank, chaturanga, cobra, down dog. Step the right foot forward, drop the back knee, but keep your back toes tucked. Right hand on the thigh, left arm up, round your spine, and then tuck that left elbow outside the knee, twist, hands together, push down to get your chest where your thumbs are, and then lift the back knee. Lengthen your spine. Your right hip pulls back, your head reaches forward, and drop the back knee so we can switch. Right knee down, toes tucked, left knee forward, arm up, round the back, make space, and then get that elbow outside the knee. Hands together, push down to get your chest up where your thumbs are, then lift the back knee. Left hip back, head reaches forward. And release, step forward, big toes touch, chair, left arm up, twist, hands together, push to get to your chest, and then left hip back, even out your knees, because that left one's going to want to come forward. And then chair, other side, right elbow. Push down to get the chest lifted, pull the right hip back, knees are level. Standing up, interlace your fingers, press the palms forward, reach them up, same thing, tailbone draws down, low belly in, ribs pull in, and then head stacks above the hips, and you pull the pinky fingers back alongside your ears, so strong. Swan dive. You can separate your feet if you like. You can grab opposite elbows if you like. Forward fold. And step it back to plank. Really strong. Puff up between the shoulder blades, lower the hips down, lift the head so it's in line with the spine. Like you're pressing the back of your head back. And drop your knees, keep your toes tucked, and then bring your chest between your thumbs and your chin to the ground. So your bum is up in the air, and then pinch your shoulder blades together, squeeze the elbows in. So there's this rippling in the spine. And then wiggle worm onto your belly. Arms come forward. Make yourself long. Press your pelvis down. Squeeze your legs. Squeeze your back. Lift everything like Superman. Flying through the air. Legs together. Thumbs up. Reach long in both directions. Down dog. Right foot forward, turn to the side, parallel your feet, hands to the heart. Start to notice the position of your pelvis. Are you sticking your bum out? Are you jutting your hips forward? Try to find a neutral position. Bring your arms out into a T. Pay attention to your feet. Are you rolling in to your arches or are you rolling out to the pinky toe edge of your foot? Try to balance those two. Are your shoulders up by your ears? Can you roll them down? Is your head forward? Can you stack it on top? All right, we're going to move into Warrior One. Turn your right foot forward and then step your left foot a little bit to the left, toes pointing forward, bend the knee, turn your hips. Try to get that left hip forward, bend deep into the right knee, reach up, see if you can bring palms together, look at your thumbs. Warrior One. And straighten, let's turn towards the back. So my right toes turn in, my left foot's gonna step to the left, point to the back of my mat. I'm gonna turn my hips, bend my knee, and then reach up. Palms together, look at my thumbs. Straighten everything. And we're gonna do a vinyasa to down dog. Lower down, curl it up, downward facing dog. Step the right foot forward, spin the left heel down. Come on up. You can do humble warrior with your hands clasped behind your back and bow. I'm going to show without because I have a shoulder thing. I'm going to come out to the diagonal and do down dog in my arms. So straight arms, trying to lower my chest, but my legs are in warrior two. And I'm reaching my hips back away from my hands. Let's go to the other side. I'm going to turn my right toes in, left toes out. Again, you can bow in humble warrior with your hands behind your back. I am going to reach to that diagonal, lower my chest like down dog, and then reach my hips behind. Deep bend in the left knee. Up. Let's go to a standing forward fold, feet together this time. And coming up, interlace your fingers above your head, bump your hips to the right, arc over to the left, and then twist a little bit so you're looking up under your right armpit. Don't collapse on the left side. Try to lengthen up and over an imaginary ball. Release your arms for a moment. Inhale them back up. Hips to the left. Arc over to the right and twist a little bit to look up under your arm. And release. Big step back with the left foot. Take warrior two legs, forearm to the thigh, and reach that left arm overhead. Make sure your left hip is reaching back to stay in line. Look up under your left arm, sink into the right knee. And half moon. Step forward, your right hand goes diagonally from your pinky toe. Lift your left leg, flex that foot, and reach up with the outer corner of your left heel. Stack your hips, stack your shoulders. Strong left leg, muscles engaged. Big step back, warrior two. Arms out to the sides. Again, don't let this left hip come forward. Pull it back, all in one plane. Reach that right knee over your ankle. Don't let it collapse in. And let's straighten the right leg and go into triangle. Reach really long forward, get this side body long, and then hand can go to shin. I like fingertips to the floor outside the shin. I bring my left arm up and I reach my left hip back, and then I like to go long over the ear. Feels good. Twist up to the ceiling. Everything on the other side. Right toes in, left toes out. Pull this right hip back, sink. Left arm to thigh. Right arm over, make a long line from your fingertips to your heel. Twist up underneath your arm. And half moon. Step on the left foot. Left hand goes out diagonal from the pinky. Flex your right foot. Lift the outer right heel. Stack the hips. Stack the shoulders. Strong right leg. Energy. Tension. Big step, warrior two. Let that hip come back, knee stack over, arms lift. Breathe. Straighten the left leg, reach long, make that left side body long, and then drop the fingertips down. Reach the right arm up, reach the right hip back, and then maybe arm alongside the ear. Twist up to look at the ceiling. Coming stepping to the top of your mat. All right, we're gonna stand on the left foot and we're gonna reach for the right foot and bring it out in front of us, maybe grabbing with both hands. Maybe you're here, that's fine. Woo! All right, let's try the other side. So I'm going to bring the top of this thigh bone back. I'm going to bring it up, knee bent first, and then I'm going to try to straighten. It's okay that my back is a little rounded here. I'm going to try to keep that left hip down so it's not hiking up. Okay, step that left foot back, toes turned out, but two straight legs, shorter stance, and just grab opposite elbows behind your back. Left hip forward, lift up, pull the right hip back as you fold. So try to keep your hips square to the front, torso lined up over your leg in the front. Come on up, step forward, right foot back, toes pointed forward, switch the cross of your elbows, right hip forward, left hip back, inhale, exhale, folding over straight legs. Coming up, stepping forward, we're going to stand on the left arm out, reach for the outside edge of your right foot, and maybe just bent, come out to the side like a happy baby a little bit, and then see, if you stare at one spot, can you straighten it? Tuck that right hip under. And let's try the other side. So I'm going to get that outer edge. I'm going to take my hips back. I'm going to lift the shin bone up, and then I'm going to try straightening, and then I got to drop that hip and tuck it under because it wants to hike up. Proud chest. All right, we're going to stand on the left, warrior three. So I'm going to reach my right leg back, trying to keep everything facing the floor. It's easy for that right hip to lift too high, so I think about it. Got a little bend in my left knee. I'm trying to engage my right glute to lift that back leg. Let's try the other side. Left leg back, left hip pointer faces down, soft bend in my right knee, engage the left glute. And bring the feet together, big toes touch. Utkatasana, sweep the fingers, keep the knees bent, reach it up, weight in the heels. We're going to grab the left foot behind the back. We're going to start with dancer. So kick the foot back into your hand and reach the right arm forward and tilt a little bit. Left hip comes forward. Shoulders on your back. And then start to tip even more, Now you can twist a little bit, open to the side. It's like half moon, but we've got that back leg. So turn your chest to the side and get a quad stretch in your half moon. Maybe hips stack, shoulders stack. Now see, can you come back the way you came? Bending the knee helps. Woo! Standing on the left. Get that right foot. Kick it back. Dancer. Slowly start to reach for the floor and then open it up to the side. Stacking hips, shoulders on the back, quad stretch. This is called sugar cane. And releasing, forward fold. Whew. I'm a little sweaty. Working hard. I hope you are too. Take your feet out wide as your mat here for the last few seconds. All right, step your left foot back, drop the knee, right toes turn out, left hand to the other side of your mat, drop your hips, twist, get that back foot, and pull it in for a quad stretch. Turn your chest up, pull your hips back to your heel, so we're not kicking back like we were before. This one's about pulling in. All right, let's switch. My right knee goes back, my right hand replaces that foot, left toes turn out, sink, twist, then get your foot, pull the foot in, hips back to the heel, chest up to the ceiling. We're going to do Vashisthasana. Right hand down, outside edge of the right foot. Stack the feet. I like to do flashlights with my top hand, flicking my fingers, open, close, open, close, open, close, as fast as I can. Try to keep the hips stacked. Don't let that top hip float back too far. And let's go to the other side, left hand down, outside edge of the left foot. Flick those fingers on that top right hand. Stack the hips. And right hand down, right knee pigeon. Settle in, fold forward. Maybe rock your hips side to side to find that sweet spot. And we have another quad stretch option here. You can take it from the same side, same hand to same foot, or you can twist and take the twisted version again. Whatever you prefer. We already did a twisted version. If you want, you can do same hand, same foot and move into mermaid, or you can do what I'm doing. I just like this one better. Let's go to our other side pigeon. Left knee forward. Go ahead and relax. Take the quad stretch of your choice, same hand to same foot, or twisted like I'm modeling here. You can go into mermaid if you know it. We're moving into boat pose. So come to your belly. Bow, I mean, not boat. And I'm gonna reach for both ankles. I like to flex my feet, keep some tension, roll my shoulders down, kick my ankles into my hands to pull me up. And then I try to make sure my knees are trying to move together. Whew. Downward facing dog. Enjoy the forward fold after all of that front body opening. And we're going to make our way onto our backs. You need room on either side, so I'm going to lay down this way. Arms out in a T, legs up, and we're going to twist, keeping our right shoulder down. Try to reach feet to hands, and then come up. And we'll go to the other side. Try to keep my left shoulder down. And then I come up. Reach. Keep both shoulders down. And come up. Both shoulders down. Lower the legs. Bring them back up. Shoulders down. Lower the legs. Bring them up. Last time. And bring them up. Woo, what's next? Okay, we're gonna do what I call V-ups. You can also think of it as boat, low boat. So you can come up to your boat, reach your arms out, and then we're gonna lower and lift. Keep going. Okay, we're going to make our way to both feet together. We're going to come down onto our tippy toes, knees together. And let's go this way first. So I'm going to bring my right hand behind me, my left arm up, and I'm going to get my elbow outside my knee. My hands are going fingertips pointing to the right, and then I'm going to step my left foot out to lift my right leg up and then stack. So the hips have to get up and the head has to go down. So you really have to chaturanga your arms. Let's try the other side. So big toes together, knees together, left hand goes back, right arm goes up, twist, elbow outside, fingertips to the side, and then I gotta get left foot up so I can get my head down and stack. My bookshelf almost got in the way there. Give it a try. See what you think. Whew. And then we're gonna take a little seated forward fold here for a moment. When you're done, we're going to come up with our right foot forward, our left foot back like warrior two. And this time, instead of forearm on the thigh, we're going to bring our right hand inside the right foot, pressing the upper arm against the knee, stacking the shoulders. And if you have the bind, then you can reach for the bind. So try that, and then try coming down and getting your shoulder underneath this right knee. Hands need to be in a line, and then come onto the tiptoes of your back foot and see if you can lift your right foot, bend chaturanga, and float the back foot. See what happens. So take a moment to try that one. And when you're ready, we're going to meet in a warrior two with our left foot forward. Take your time to play with that arm balance. Whew. Or maybe you're doing child's pose in between. That's okay too. So I'm coming up to my warrior two legs. And I'm going to reach my left arm inside, stack my shoulders, reach my right hand behind. Maybe you're going to clasp underneath. I'm not gonna, because I got a shoulder thing that would not care for that. But I'm still trying to open my chest. Now, I'm going to bring it down. Come onto my back toes, and I'm going to get this shoulder underneath and get my hands in a line. I'm going to come a little bit forward, and that lets this foot come up, and then bending the elbows lets the back foot come up. Woo, give it a go. Our next pose is Supta Virasana. I'm someone who can't get my hips down between my heels comfortably on my knees, so I sit on a block. If you can sit between your heels, that's great. Try to have your toes pointed straight back, heels on the outside edges of your hips, and the bottoms of your feet facing up. I like to massage them with my thumbs as I sit here. You want your knees to be pointed straight forward, not too wide. And then if you like, start to come back. Some people can lay all the way down, and good for them. My body doesn't like it, can't really do it. But if you can and you get a fantastic stretch in your quads, you should do it. Try not to let your back arch too much. Try to tuck that tailbone under as you're laying back. Let's come up and take camel. So I'm going to start with my hands on my hips. I'm going to stick my butt out, stick my chest out, shoulder blades together, and then I'm going to hinge up and back. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you reach for the feet. Push the hips forward. Shoulder blades together. And release and just sit on the heels for a moment. I'm sitting on my block. Maybe push your thumbs into the soles of your feet, a little self-massage on the arches. All right, remove the block if you have it, and take child's pose. Knees can be wide or together, whatever feels good. Coming up on your knees, let's stick our left foot out to the side and reach that left hand down the leg as the right arm comes up and over. Make space on your left side, make it long, don't let it crunch. Arc over something. And let's do the other side. My right foot comes out. Slide that hand down, arc over. This is one of my favorites. I like this stretch. And let's come to seat with our legs wide, not too wide. And then tilt your pelvis forward, arch your back, stick your butt out behind you, and maybe you can bring your forearms down. We're going to stay here for another round. If when you tilt your pelvis forward you need to stay upright, that's your stretch. So I'm not rounding in my lower back, I'm trying to lengthen out of my pelvis with my spine. Coming up, I'm going to twist my torso over my left leg, reach my right leg to the outside edge of the foot or the ankle, and then I'm going to twist some more, try to crunch my right side a little bit, and then fold. And I don't want my right hip to come up, so I'm really trying to reach back with that leg. Let's go to the other side. Turn your torso to face your toes. Reach your left hand to the outside edge of the foot. Twist, crunch the left side, and then fold. Don't let the left hip pop up. Coming up, we're going to lay down. I'm going to lay down this way. So I'm going to cross my right ankle over my left, and then I'm going to reach over the tops of my feet for the outside edges of the feet. I'm going to bring my left knee down to point away from my head, and I'm going to twist and roll so my right leg goes straight to the floor. And I'm going to reach my right shoulder back down towards my mat. So I'm getting an IT band stretch on the right leg and a quad stretch on my left leg, the bottom leg. All right. center. Cross your left ankle on top of your right. Reach over the tops of your feet and grab the outside edges. Let your right knee start to come down and point away from your head. And then roll onto the right hip as you straighten the left leg and bring that left foot to the floor. And then reach your left shoulder back down towards the mat. IT band stretch on the left leg, quad stretch on the right thigh. Deep twist. Releasing that. Let's come up to our right leg up, left knee bent with the foot on the floor, and just stretch the back of that right leg. If you need to loop something around the foot, you can. Try to reach the right hip away from the right armpit. Press the ball of the foot up. Let's take another round here. And slowly release that one. Place the foot down. Pull the left knee in, get to the foot, reach it up, straightening the leg, and then reach that left hip away from the left armpit. Press into the ball of the left foot. Stretch the back of the leg. One more round here. Releasing that leg. Take your feet as wide as the mat, and then windshield wiper both knees to the left. Take your left foot, step on top of your right thigh, and then drag that thigh diagonally away from your head. Like you're pulling that leg bone out of the hip socket. Arms overhead can be nice here. Let's do the other side. Feet as wide as the mat. Windshield over to the right. Right foot steps on top of the left thigh. Drags it out of its socket, diagonally away from that left shoulder. Hugging the knees in. If there's any other poses you want, happy baby, anything, you can take that now. Getting ready for our Shavasana. Stretching out long, tucking the shoulders underneath you. Palms up, and let's do a body scan. Start with the top of your head and then move to your forehead. Are you crinkling your forehead? Are your eyebrows relaxed? Are your eyelids soft? Eyeballs sinking towards the back of your skull? Check in with your jaw, release any tension, let the tongue just float full in the mouth. Feel the back of your head on the mat. Natural curve in the neck, not touching the mat. Shoulders heavy, shoulder blades tucked under, arms are heavy. Feel the breath moving through your torso. Feel your natural curve in your spine. And then hips heavy on the mat, legs soft, rotated out, heavy, no effort. And just sink into the floor, letting your body integrate all of the information you gave it through the poses today. Start to wiggle fingers and toes. Turn your toes in towards each other and then flop them out away from each other, rotating the legs in the hip socket. Turn your head side to side. You can reach overhead, zip your legs together, get really long, stretch. And then give yourself a hug, knees into the chest, squeeze. Rock and roll. If you're practicing in the morning, you're going to roll to your right, the solar side. If you're practicing at night, roll to your left, the lunar side. Pause on your side for a moment. And then make your way up to a seated position. Eyes still closed, hands at heart center. I thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope your body's feeling good. We moved in all different directions. Hopefully you got a little sweaty like I did. And I wish you honor and light and love and safety and healing. Namaste. Send it out to someone who needs it. All right, thank you so much, and watch for my next video.